So in this video series, I've been talking to you about how businesses, particularly SMEs in the retail, leisure, hospitality sectors, who want to scale up can use the Zoho tools to increase their productivity and efficiency. And in this quick video, I'm going to talk to you about Zoho Survey. I'm talk to you a little bit about the fact that how using a survey tool, you can actually get some proper insight from your customers as to what they're saying and feeling and thinking. Now, it's important to note that a survey is a limited way of doing this, because when you're gathering data from either your customers or prospective customers, people don't always react the same way in a survey as they do in real life. So for starters, not everyone will fill a survey in. But if someone has a need for something, they will definitely buy. And secondly, if I asked a survey question, say about healthy food, what kind of foods do you eat, then most people will say healthy foods. Whereas in reality, a lot of people will eat unhealthy as well. So surveys are limited in terms of the fact that you can't get the complete audience information, and secondly, it's limited because it doesn't reflect completely honestly on how people behave. But there's still definitely great ways of you getting customer feedback, and certainly that's to gather information up front and also to get follow-up information in terms of how customers found your product or service. And Zoho Survey sits in amongst the Zoho Business Suite. It's one of the tools that you can use with all the other tools that are available within Zoho. And we've been talking about social signs. So social signs, yes, you could use a survey to get some feedback on how people are thinking and behaving. But ultimately, the best social sign is the reality of what people say, what they actually buy, and what they actually do. But you can use surveys to gather information up front, and you can also use surveys to get feedback at the end when people have bought your service already. So the Zoho survey tool, it's part of the Zoho package. For instance, here's a survey that I've created already. I can see all the responses over here, and I can see some nice reports straight away out of the box in terms of how people filled that survey in. And those reports can be customized, but it's nice to get those. You can also see the individual responses, of course. And the other thing you can do is you can download that survey into Excel, create your own reports as well. Now, if you're creating a new survey, it's quite simple. So here we're going to create a customer feedback survey. And I'm just going to create a blank one. I'm not going to use the templates. So I'm going to put in a first question, and there's different types of questions. I'm picking, you could put text box in, or you could put a question in to gather information. So I'm going to put a multiple choice question in, and this is a one where someone can put in multiple answers. They can tick multiple boxes. You could also have multiple choice questions where they have to select an option out of all the other options. They can have drop downs. They can pick choices out of the list that you give them as well. So in this example, I'm just going to give them a bunch of options and ask them to tick as many as they find are relevant. So what I've done there is I've marked that question as mandatory, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter in a bunch of possible options for them to pick from. So I'm selecting, giving them a number of options here, and what's going to happen is in the survey they'll be able to pick as many of these options as they like. So I've added that question in, and I'm going to pick up some different types of questions here just to show you some of the different functionalities. So here is an option of a rating scale that I can put in. The next one, let's put some stars in so someone can give us a star rating. That's quite simple, just put a number of stars in, and then I'm going to pick up, say, net promoter score, and just ask a straightforward question. How likely are you to recommend our services? And as you can see, you can set up your survey, multiple options, multiple different question types for you to fill in, and you can then get your survey ready. Now, in terms of the settings, you could, for instance, put, in this example, I want to put a footer in. You can add a logo to your survey. And in the next setting, what you can do is you can actually customize the layout in terms of the colors. So if you wanted to bring in your brand colors, you can do that as well. With some standards colors there, but just pick one of these, and you can see you can format the fonts. You can also format the the pictures, upload a logo, or put in a hex code for a particular color if you wanted to bring that in as well. So when you're ready with your survey, you can publish it. And you can either get a link and you can send that link out. You can send it via paid service to get it sent out to people, or you could send it by email to people if you wanted to as well. You can also, it also gives you some standard code if you want to embed this on your website as well, or integrate it with your Zoho or your MailChimp or Facebook or something else like that as well. And as I mentioned before, when you've got your survey results back, you can see them purely in Excel if you want, or Zoho will produce some graphs and charts for you as well as standard, so you can see them straight away. And as I said, Zoho Survey is part of the overall Zoho platform. There's plenty of other applications in there, and the great thing is that everything gets brought in onto the same platform, brings everything into the same place. And it saves you having to use multiple different tools. If you're using SurveyMonkey or Google Sheets or Google Forms, and then using something else for your CRM, then by using the Zoho platform, we can bring everything together onto the same platform. So I hope that made sense, and it showed you how quickly you can set up a survey and send it out. This is one of a series of videos that we've prepared to explain to you how to get up and running with Zoho. There's a number of other videos that we've got in this sequence. We've also set up for you a trial code. So if you want to have a go at Zoho using the videos that we've created, then follow this link and you can get a 30-day trial with a no obligation to buy option there as well. And Zoho is a pay-as-you-go service. You can use as much as you want or as little as you want. If you just want to use one application, great. If you want to use the whole box, then you can pick other applications as well. And you can switch your plans. So if you want to start small or start big and change your mind later, that's possible as well. But effectively, if you sign up to the monthly service, then you just keep going till your next billing date. And if you sign up to the annual service, again, you keep going up to your next billing date. There's no contracts to sign or long-term obligations at all. And the great thing about Zoho, it works for SMEs, and everything that you want to get, you can get as a app for your phone as well. So hopefully that made sense. It gives you an idea of what Zoho Survey can do. If you've got any questions on this or any of the other Zoho applications, feel free to give us a call or drop us an email. We're more than happy to take your queries and set up a demo for you.